Welcome back. $3 XRP has been on absolute fire. Now, the markets in general have been going up, but XRP really, is crushing it. Take a look here, up 10% on the day. Again, it did get up to that $3 on a wick. We'll get into the charts here in a second. But I wanted to make a updated price prediction video. We did one a couple weeks ago during the week of Christmas, but I want to do one what I think is going to happen for the rest of January, which is about 16 days left. We're going to talk about what is XRP doing against Bitcoin? What is XRP doing against the dollar? How high can it go? Now, we're still on track to hit that $4.30 level. Also, I have a post I want to share of why this thing can go so much higher based on what the markets are doing and what sector of the market. Is it the traders or is it the spot buyers that are really pushing the price up? We'll get into that, so make sure to like the video and let's get started. Let's first take a look here from Dom on X. The handle is TraderView2. It is absolutely insane to see that XRP funding rates and spot premium still hasn't moved. This rally continues to be driven entirely by spot buying. This proves real demand for actual coins. This isn't just another perp-led rally like we always see with Bitcoin. This is something different. If I saw this with Bitcoin, I would simply say we are going much higher. Here is what this gentleman, assuming it's a gentleman, is talking about. So on the bottom, you have your aggregated funding, which is going up, but then your aggregated premium is still down. And then when you go to the next picture he shared, the bottom here is the important one. In blue, you have your spot buying, and in purple, you have your perp. So spot buying, this is driven by spot buying. What does that mean? That means your neighbor is going on Coinbase or Kraken or Binance, and they're saying, I want to buy XRP. This isn't the traders, the leverage traders, the people that are buying on Bybit or BitGet or BuyDefi, which we're partnered with. There's a link in the description if you want to trade no VPN in the US. But this isn't them. This is the people that are trying to just buy the coins, your average person. And so what is it going to look like when the derivative shoots up and the perp buying shoots up along with the spot buyers? How high can XRP go? We're going to, again, talk about this video. Let's take a look. XRP has just been destroying Bitcoin. You go all the way back to November of last year. If you would have held, and just put it in perspective for you guys, okay? We'll talk about risk versus reward. Well, if you can't outpace Bitcoin, why are you even out in any other altcoin, right? Take a look. If you sold, let's say you had 10,000 in Bitcoin, and you sold that for XRP on November 12th of last year, you'd be up over 340% against Bitcoin. Against Bitcoin, that is massive. And that trend is continuing as we have been doing nothing but printing large green candles. This is on the daily. Again, XRP versus Bitcoin. If we go XRP versus the US dollar, this is a pattern. I opened up the chart. I saw this pattern here, essentially a falling wedge triangle, whatever you want to call it. We expected this to break to the upside, and it did. We also wanted to see what's called a bump and run or a retest of the top end of this trend line. We almost got there, but XRP didn't wait. It just continued to rally as we broke out on this daily candle here on January 1st. We brought in the new year, broke out of this. We saw a rally continue to around $2.50, a little bit of consolidation, and almost a perfect retest at around $2.18. And then XRP just took off. After that retest, really, including the wicks, we're up 40%. Again, we did get that wick up to around $3, but we expect this rally to continue. If I remove this pattern here and I throw on our Ichimoku cloud, you want to talk about a uptrend. It doesn't get much better than this, you guys. Everything is pointing up and bullish and showing that we're moving to the upside more. You see our cloud is green. You take a look, volume is there. You take a look at the liquidity flow. Money flow is continuing to remain green and going up, and our sentiment is well above our midline. A lot of trading happening. Now we take away our cloud and we throw on our price action concepts. We take a look. We completely destroyed the previous week high, which was sitting right around $2.59. We broke above it on the daily candle yesterday and really just continued. Now, the one thing I will say, this premium zone, which typically has been, we start seeing some seller step in or profit takers. Now, this is dynamic, so it can move up, it can move down, but something just to keep your eye on. But outside of that, you really have to go out to the weekly and zoom completely out. Not even, we're at uncharted territory essentially for XRP. There's people that say XRP is going to go to $10, $15, $20 this cycle, but I'm not going to talk about what I think is going to go this cycle. I'm going to talk about, to the end of the month in January, where do I think this thing is going to go? I think the immediate target here is going to be our measured move of this bull flag pattern we were in. And I've talked about this in previous videos, but just in case you didn't watch those, here is that measured move of the breakout of this bull flag that we already got, which has put us right around $4.50. There's a lot of momentum behind XRP. There's a lot of momentum behind Donald Trump taking office. There's a lot of momentum behind RLUSD. What Brad Garlinghouse is doing, he's been in talks with Trump, the transition team. How high can this thing go? I think by the end of January, $4.50 to me is very probable. Can it go a lot higher? Absolutely. We've seen even when Bitcoin went from 102 down to 90K, XRP held up very, very well. We haven't really crossed under $2 really at all, outside of maybe 1 or 2 weeks here and there. So showing strength is telling you that people in the market, they want XRP, and it's been a very long time coming. So short, $4.50, $4.30 to $4.50 in the month of January, I think is going to happen. Probabilities, I put it around 70 to 75%. Outside of that, I'll make another video as time goes on, as the markets move, as more news comes out. But for the time being, $4.50, we'll leave it at that. Also, if you enjoy my XRP content, make sure to check out our XRP playlist. And if you want to trade XRP, no VPN, up to 100x leverage in the United States, use the link in the description. Buy DeFi. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.